as Custom Crochets, and this is episode 19 of my podcast. Feels like it's been a while since I've done one. I guess it's only been one extra week. I usually do it every other week. I think it's been 3 weeks because we went to Maine. And there's some vlogs and footage from that if you go back to last week. But yeah, we're in episode 19, and I have probably a little bit more content than I usually do just because we skipped a week. But yeah, this is a crochet mostly with some knitting. I always say that, but the knitting's creeping in, guys. I'm a crochet designer and I knit as a hobby, and I'm going to be talking about my designs and what I've been working on and whips and stuff I bought and got and, you know, typical podcasty stuff. So if you're new here, thank you for stopping by. I hope you choose to stick around and hit that subscribe button. Notifications on, all that good stuff. And if you come back, I really appreciate you guys. You are all very welcome here. I don't want to chatter too much, so I will get right down to the good stuff. Like I said, last week we were up in Maine visiting my friend Emily of she's a rambling yarn on YouTube and EML_fiber_arts on Instagram. She is my oldest friend. We've been friends since like first grade, and it just turns out she is my fiber artseriest friend as well. So we were up in Maine visiting her. She just recently moved there, and we were able to stay the weekend at her house and just kind of hang out and go visit the ocean and do a bunch of knitting, crocheting, and talking yarny things together, because that's not something I usually get to do with anybody else. So it was fun. So you can jump on back and see the main vlog from last week, as well as we did a little informal mini podcast. We were just planning on doing a time lapse, and my husband was like, you guys should be recording because this is good yarn talk, he said. So there's a yarn talk last week. But we're getting back into the regular podcast format here. Have one design, a couple knit finish objects, a knit whip, and then a bunch of stuff I have acquired, purchased, gotten. So we're going to get into it. Designs. Let's talk about this design. I have shown you. There's a tiny cat. Do you hear that, tiny cat? Tiny cat, you can't come in. Hopefully she goes away. She'll make me sneeze if she comes in, and I'm already obviously itching my face a whole bunch because fall allergies. Woohoo! Alright, so this design. I've shown you the yarn before, and I think I showed the progress of the design in the main footage. The footage from Maine. But basically, where is the yarn? Let me show you the yarn. Where are you at? Where are you at? There's one behind me. Okay. This is yarn that was sent to me in collaboration with Treasure Goddess Yarn. Christine sent me, love that Sheepy Pirate logo, sent me over a bunch of these skeins for designing a sweater. This is her colorway Ghost Ship in her Superwash Merino Nylon 75-25 blend, and this is fingering weight. So she sent me a whole slew of these. I can't tell if it's picking up on camera, but it is a light to medium gray with obviously some tonals in it, but it's got this lovely like dusty blue lavendery undertone. I think I said last time it reminds me of Russian blue cats, which is what my cats 50% are, half are. But I really like this color. And it's working out beautifully. Christine dyes, I think, exclusively tonal yarns. I'm pretty certain that is all she dyes, is tonal yarns, which is great because a lot of dyers are all about the speckles and whatever, and it can be really hard to incorporate speckles or striped or micro striping things into patterns in general. It can be hard to find some good solid, semi-solid tonal colors, but for crochet in particular, her yarns are really great because tonal. It can be very different when you work up a yarn made with knitting in mind into a crochet project. It can be done, obviously. Yarn is for everyone. But like, I don't really have any fantastic examples back there because apparently I buy a lot of tonal yarn. But this is really awesome for crocheting. So go check out Christine, Treasure Goddess Yarn. Yeah. So we're working on a sweater design. I'm trying to organize in my brain how I want to talk about this because it's been a wild ride. So originally the inspiration for the shape, I'll be honest with you, straight up, I wanted to rip off the Weekender, which is a knit pattern by Andrea Mowry. And then I did some introspection and said, well, that's not really a move of integrity, Isabella, that's stealing. Because I knew that a crochet version would do well. And that's a very popular knit pattern, and it's a very beautiful silhouette and shape, and I wanted to basically make the crochet version. And there's actually some out there already. So if you want to rip off design, you can go find it on Ravelry. It's out there, which isn't great. But yeah, as I was thinking about it, I was like, not that Andrea Mowry is going to come and rip off one of my designs, but if she did, I'd be mad about it. Like, you still have... It's still hers, even if I make a crochet version. And it's really annoying when larger companies, like the Urban Outfitters thing and all of that, when larger companies rip off smaller designers. And obviously I'm a way smaller scale designer than Andrea Mowry, but I have no right taking her design inspiration and making it my own. So we decided we're not making the Crochet Weekender because that would be really rude. But I am making something in a similar shape because I do really like that silhouette, that boxy, kind of not tight sleeve, but more of a fitted-ish type sleeve. Yes, I was originally going to do completely copy the stitches and crochet, but we decided that was not okay, and we being me. So we're not doing that. But I am doing a boxy, oversized, very similar in measurements, and some of the details, I guess, might allude in similarity, but I definitely changed my original design plan to straight up copycat it. Which is just unlike me, because I'm all about designing original things, and I'm all anti don't make the trademarked stuff and steal people's things and whatever. So just want to let you know I went through that process and we've come out a better person on the other side. But what I did decide to do, I wanted to make boxy, oversized, with a tiny bit of shoulder shaping for a drop shoulder, which is basically a giant square rectangle. A lot of positive ease, and then the shoulder slopes just a little bit, and the sleeve ends up starting like lower on your arm instead of like an inset sleeve up here, or like a raglan like this. I'll talk about the shirt later. But I have not really, although that is something I like to wear in my own wardrobe, that is not a design I have made, a shape that I have made either knit or crochet before. So I was trying to process in my mind either doing some short row shaping, which isn't very common in crochet patterns, but is very common in knit patterns. That cat is very persistent out there. Or ways of going about it to make the shoulders fit. And what I ended up coming up with, I had the front and the back panels done. And my goal was that it's going to be basically going to be able to make 4 different sweaters, or 4 different variations if you want. I'm hoping, no promises, it's still in the works. But I want to be able to do a V-neck option, and then a boat neck, crew neck, boat neck. Almost straight, but just a slight slope on like your collarbone. Boat neck option. So you can either do a V-neck. I'm going to have mine be a V-neck in the front, boat neck in the back, with the possibility maybe to reverse it, depending on how I do it. But with the pattern, you'll be able to choose if you want to do 2 straight necks, 2 V-necks, a V-neck and a straight neck, flip it around, reverse it, whatever. So I'm trying to have some options in there. And basically, I got the 2 body panels done. So it's worked in panels. Got the 2 body panels done. They worked from the bottom up. So the shoulder shaping was the last thing I did. I spent at least a week, if not more, working out that math. And everything was right on paper. All the math was correct. Everything I did on paper came out exactly in the crochet design, but then when I seamed it up and put it on, it looked like garbage. And if I can't get the design to look good on myself, I can, with no confidence, get the design to look good on you, or all of the bodies. Because I try to do all of my patterns in at least an 8 size range, and 8 sizes, not up to size 8, 8 sizes. And yeah, it looked bad on me, and I have my measurements in front of me. So, I Originally, I was like, okay, I'll redo the shoulder shaping, but then I realized the way that I had done, originally I wasn't doing a straight boxy, and I had some more sleeve shaping things going on, and it was all very complicated and would have been a real big pain in the booty to grade anyway. But yeah, so then I would like rip back to the sleeve, and then I like rip back halfway, and then I was like, forget it, I'm ripping back the whole thing, and yeah, started again. So that was Friday. I think Friday night I seamed it up, and I was like on Instagram, step by step moaning my way through it with everybody because I was just really hoping it was going to work, and it did not. So we've just said that I'm Thomas Edisoning this sweater, and I've learned lots of ways not to make a sweater, and I'm still not sure I know what I'm doing. But basically, since Friday, I'm going to show you the sweater, I swear. Since Friday, I have remade the front panel in almost entirety, and the back panel in half entirety? Half-entirety? Okay, so this is where we're at with the front. Where's the front? This is the front of the front. All right, so we got a V-neck. It's going to kind of blend in with my shirt, but it's got this really pretty detail down the middle. I'll tell you more about that in a second. It's got a kind of basic, but not quite basic, variation on a basic crochet stitch. So the body itself is, I'm going for advanced beginner. If I had done the other shaping, it would have been like intermediate, have a degree in crocheting. Okay, not that complicated, but it was complicated and it'll look bad anyway. But yeah, I want it to be accessible because it is a fingering weight pattern, and I know that that's going to intimidate a lot of people. But I'm hoping that it's so cool looking, you're going to want to make it. Because you can use fingering weight yarn, it just takes a little bit longer. And honestly, I made this oversized, massive, I think this is a 24, because it's going to be a 48-inch bust on me, which is 12 inches of positive ease, roughly. So yeah, I've made 1.5 panels since Friday, and it is currently Tuesday when I am recording. So you all can make a fingering weight sweater. I believe in you. So this is gonna be the V-neck panel. I have some shaping going on up here. You can't see because I'm alternating skeins. Some little bit of drop shouldery shaping. I need to seam it up and make sure it's gonna look how I want it to look. I may end up tapering it in a little bit more. This panel's not quite done over here. So it's worked in one big rectangle from the bottom up, then you split, do this V-neck situation. And then I can't show you the boat neck one because I forgot it. But yeah, same deal. Back panel is basically the same up until the neckline. So yeah, and then there's going to be sleeves picked up and worked flat, but worked on the body so you don't have to seam them, if that makes any sense. So all of that is subject to change because I have frogged it multiple times. So, but what I am calling this design is the, and I have looked up pronunciation in Google, and if I am saying it wrong, I am so very sorry. But basically, it's a variety of lavender, which is what this center bit reminds me of. It comes up to a point in that one right there, or there's one there, and the rest is like two little bees. Anouk. A-N-O-U-K is a type of lavender. I was looking up lavender names because this, first of all, the color with just like the dusty, slightly lilac-y, lavendery undertone. I don't know if you've ever seen or picked lavender. But it's purple, but it has like this dusty covering on it almost, like a silvery haze to it, which is what this color kind of reminds me of. And then this detail in the middle definitely reminds me of a lavender bud. So I was looking up lavender names, and a lot of them were like French lavender, English lavender, and I didn't want to be this like English lavender pullover. So we're going with Anouk, which I guess is a French word, possibly also a Norwegian name. I'm stuck. I'm frogging. Put it down. This is all of the froggied bits, and this is all of the progress, and hopefully we're getting somewhere. Whoo, please, let us be getting somewhere. But yeah, I think it means grace in French/Norwegian. I usually don't go with names in other languages, but because that is a variety of the plant that I was looking for, I feel more comfortable with that. And I think it'll be good. So I'm hoping, the reason I'm crocheting my little booty off for this is because I'm trying to get this done by the time Christy Glass puts up her Tell Me About Your Rhinebeck Sweater video. This year she's doing it virtual. I think I talked about it in the last episode, so I won't go over it too much, but she's asking people to submit videos talking about the sweater that they've made for Rhinebeck. I wasn't actually going to Rhinebeck, but I feasibly could if it was still happening. It's not. But usually she does a video where people kind of like walking a runway where they ask you like what designer you're wearing or whatever. People talk about their sweater, who the designer is, what the yarn is, and why they love it and why they made it. They want to show it off. So I thought it would be really fun to get the sweater pullover in that, because I know there's not going to be a lot of crochet. Rhinebeck is pretty heavily knit. I'm sorry, I'm not used to having this short of hair and I'm still trying to figure out what to do with it. So I want to get my sweater in there, maybe, hopefully. She needs the video by October 10th, which means realistically I needed to have it done probably the 7th or 8th, blocked and seamed and all of that, and on my body, record a video, edit the video, send it to Christy. Might not happen. I'm trying to come to grips with that. But that is my goal and why I'm hustling so hard. But ultimately the sweater will probably be coming out, probably going to need a month to 6 weeks to do testing, so maybe December. I will keep you posted. You're going to hear a lot more about that. I'm sorry that was long, but I needed to catch you up on my 3 weeks of drama. So that is my pullover design. And that has pretty much exclusively been my crocheting for the last however long since I last talked to you, because I just don't have any more space in my brain for any more crocheting. The cowl design is written up, but I need to film this cowl design. We're calling it Herringtone Moral a Day. I don't care if it's a ridiculous name. I like it. I've shown this before. This is the marled fingering weight held double version. There is a worsted weight version. Pattern is written, but I need to record a tutorial and actually do a testing call, but I got to get through this whole pullover situation. At least get my size done and yeah, have it actually be on my body and fit. Then we'll worry about the cowl. It's not quite cowl weather yet. I've been doing this annoying thing here where it's officially fall. In the first couple days leading into fall, in the first week or so of fall, it was nice and crisp, and you woke up and it was chilly and you needed slippers and you put on a sweater. But then it's been getting up to 80 degrees during the day, and it's been wicked humid the last couple days, but also all my leaves are falling down outside. No thank you. So it's not cowl weather yet. It's not pullover weather yet. But yeah, I'm making for the fall. So those are my current designs. Finished objects and whips are actually all knit because I needed a break from the designing. So let me show you. I finished both of these pretty much on the trip to Maine. These are the leg warmers with absolutely no pattern. I don't think there's not a seam because they're knit in the round. Leg warmers I made for my daughter. If it cools off enough, I will get a picture of her in these and the next whip finished object. But it's been in the 80s, so I'm not gonna make her put on wool leg warmers, but they're so stinking cute. She wore them once, and they're incredible, and I love them so much, and I want some, and that's totally not socially acceptable, but I don't care. No pattern for these. They are a basic 2x2 rib. I knit them on US size 1.5, and then on the last stripe I went down to US size 1 needles. I believe, double check the last podcast, but I believe I did 44 stitches. 52 stitches? I've been 52. I've been 50. Some amount of stitches. Go look at the show notes from last week. And then, yeah, I did 10 rows for the gray on the top, 15 row stripes, and then I think 6 rows on the bottom. They're adorable. I love them. I probably could have made them slightly bigger because they go over leggings, but they won't go over jeans. But that's okay, because we gonna wear them. We gonna wear them a lot. They're a little bit itchy scratchy, but they're fine over pants, and it's just the leftovers from this project. Look how much brighter they are without the marling. I love them. I love them so much. There's not a pattern or anything for those, but basic 2x2 rib. You can do it. Go make some leg warmers for everyone in your life. Other finished object. I'm gonna call it my flax-ish pattern. Not my pattern. It's by Tin Can Knits. It's a free pattern, super popular. Flax and then the Flax Light. I have seen the pattern so many times. I don't know how I messed this up. Or I think I was just, my brain was elsewhere. But usually the sweater is stockinette for most of it, and then it has a little garter panel down the sleeves. Probably 6 to 8 stitches, probably less on the small baby sizes. The pattern runs from, I think, newborn up through like adult men's. So it's a very inclusive pattern. You can make it for everybody in your life. People have hacked it, modified it, all sorts of ways. Really great basic beginner pattern. Tin Can Knits for the win. So there was nothing complicated about this pattern, but somehow and I showed it to you guys before, and nobody said anything, so I blame you. Somehow I made the sleeves entirely in garter. I think what should have happened when I started the raglan shaping, there should have been, I had markers for my raglan shaping, and then I just kept increasing, and the sleeves somehow ended up being wholly in garter. I probably should have only had like 4 or 5 maybe. I should go back and check, but 4 or 5 stitches on the top of the sleeve in garter, and the rest would have been in stockinette like the rest of the sweater. But I realized when I was with Emily and had finished the body of the sweater like completely, it's top down, so I wasn't going back and redoing it. And I went to pick up for the rest of the sleeves, and then I realized I only had like 4 knit stitches or 4 stockinette stitches in the armpit. And I was like, why does that look that way? And I was trying to make it work, and then like you decreased underneath, so I like decreased all my knit stitches away. So I just ended up ripping back and just doing the whole sleeve in garter. So there is no stockinette on the sleeve anywhere. So it's a little bit different than what the pattern is supposed to look like, but I think it's still pretty cute. I made this in, I have the label, where are you? This is an acrylic, which is not my go-to at this point, but for baby garments, toddler garments what need washing. It's good. My daughter kind of destroyed this label, but it is the Hook Neck Jessica Carey's yarn. I got it at Joann. Small stuff in the colorway Green Thumb. It is a DK weight. The pattern is written for worsted, so I believe I sized up a needle, and I think I made the size 4. It might be a 4 to 6. I don't remember 4 instead of the 2-3. And it fits her well with a little bit of extra length. She can roll with sleeves once right now, and the body's a little bit longer. So I'm hoping to get her in a picture with these on together with some leggings and just being super cute. The only other thing that I did modify is I made the neckline a rolled. So I just doubled the ribbing and sewed it over. Rolled neck, is that what it's called? And it has no short row shaping or anything, so it's a very basic pattern. The front and the back are actually the same. And yeah, if you're new to knitting, it's a great intro sweater pattern. Some people have skipped the garter on the sleeves altogether. I, however, skipped the rest of the sleeve and just gartered the whole thing, and I don't even like garter stitch. So that was a good job, Bella. So those are my finished objects. For whips, I only have one other project. Yes. And this kind of, oh, there's my skein of yarn I was looking for. It's under there in the basket of all of the things. So these are also mentioned in the mini podcast I did with Emily last week. But these are the Simple Skyp Socks by person on screen. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. By the way, I just saw that today Ravelry put up another update about how they're taking away the classic look in 2021, and I surely hope they're making some major changes to make it accessible for all of the peoples. Because otherwise I'm going to have to think about Ravelry. But give them a couple days, see what happens. A couple months, couple whatever, until March 2021, and then we'll see what goes down. Can't take 2020 anymore. Simple Skyp Socks by somebody on Ravelry for free. So it is a fairly basic sock pattern, except it has this, it almost looks like a cable-y type thing. And it is called a skip, I think it's pronounced skip, S-K-Y-P, which I found stands for slip one, knit one, yarn over, pass yarn over the knit stitches or something. So S-K-Y-P is the abbreviation. Because I couldn't figure out why it was called that. And then when I looked up how to do it, I was like, oh, it's an abbreviation. Yeah. So I'm kind of loving these. I had started the sock 3 or 4 times in different patterns. I had done the ribbing and then I kept starting different sock patterns. I kind of wanted to do more blueberry waffles, and then I tried a mini waffle, which was too much thinking. Not hard, but just too much thinking. I wanted a really basic, easy to read pattern because I knew I was going to be putting it down and picking it up again in between the designing. I didn't want to have to guess which row I was on in a repeat. I looked at a couple free patterns I had downloaded and then realized that they were cabled, and I was like, no. So yeah, eventually we settled on this. Emily had actually recommended it and was wearing a pair of them, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of fancy. Yeah, looks kind of cool, right? So I like these a lot. I'm in no rush to get them done, but these are kind of my fall sock. I love this color. So this yarn, and we're going to talk more about where this yarn came from later, but I have a label somewhere. All right, this is Lane and Lotus, who is a local Connecticut dyer. I have collabed with her before on the Title Fade Shawl, TK. This is her colorway Salted Caramel. It was sold as a one-of-a-kind, but I believe she then went back and recreated it. She dyed it originally last fall, went back and recreated it because the people wanted it, because it's beautiful. It's similar. It's kind of like if her color Autumn Equinox, which I used in the Title Fades DK, and a Fiber for the People's colorway Leather, which is this one. Like, look how friendly they are! So the Fiber for the People doesn't really have the brown and beigey bits that this does. But they would be really awesome. I mean, I don't know if they'd have any contrast at all together. They'd be beautiful. They are friends. And that is why I love them both. But yeah, Jen is one of my favorite dyers. She's lovely. And I saw her in person at local yarn store day, which we'll talk about at the end, because this is one of the things that I got there. There's a vlog about that too, linked above. So yeah, this is, I don't think she has it in the shop currently, but she did say that she was going to be re-dyeing it because people wanted it. It's on her twist sock base, which I'm just obsessed with 2-ply twisty yarn at the moment. 75/25 salted caramel, beautifulness. So I'm really loving this. I had bought it to make a pair of fall socks, and it did not disappoint. I have to say, I posted it on Instagram, and it was in like a little flat lay picture, just like this. And almost everyone who commented was like, oh, I thought that was a sweater. It's beautiful. First of all, I get usually a ridiculous more of a response when I post something knitted than I do to my crochet business Instagram. So I don't know if that's a sign or what, but something might be in the works there. Hang tight. But yes, it's not a sweater design. This would make a beautiful sweater, but I for sure do not have the brain capacity to start designing knit sweaters at this point. And yeah, just know, but it is so lovely, and I love it. And I was like, yeah, Jen, let me know when you re-dye some more of this, because sweater for sure. That was probably really loud when I just yelled into the microphone. I apologize. So that is my fallish, supposed to be doing box of socks, but I don't know what month I am on anymore. I think we'll make it to 12 socks. Fall-ish sock. Carry around, not think about it, repetitive pattern. In between my think about it all the time pattern. Loose sleepover pattern. I overcomplicate this design thing. I know I do. That's okay. So that's all I have for making e-content. The lockdown blanket, you might notice, is absent. It's back there. It's in lockdown, the lockdown blanket. I'm kind of just over it. Lockdown for Connecticut is going for the foreseeable and distant future. At least until February, as it looks right now. And I was very kind of blurry on when lockdown was ending anyway. Not that we're in literal lockdown, and we're like in phase 2 of whatever 5-step. I don't know. We've been in phase 2 since like May. I'm over it. I'm also running out of a lot of worsted weight colors to do my rainbow. I messed up one spot, and it's getting pretty big, and yeah, I'm not making it through February, and I just didn't really see an end point. I do need to finish it. It's in a weird spot right now. So I do need to finish it. I do want to put an edge on it, but I'm focusing all of my spare moments of time on crocheting fingering weight yarn as fast as I possibly can right now. So lockdown blanket, you might see it again, and it might just be rainbow colorful blanket. But yeah, it's in lockdown. It's in timeout. I don't usually do that with whips, but worsted weight acrylic blanket that I don't really need in the first place is hanging out in timeout. So that is the making content. And I do have a lot of things I acquired that I want to talk to you about. I don't usually acquire many things, but it just so happens in the last 3 weeks I acquired many much things. So I think in order, I will try and do them. Like I said, I went to my local yarn store, U&U, for local yarn store day, which I think was September 12th, something like that. I did a vlog. You can jump back. I'll put a little card up for you. Jump back and watch that for more of that experience. But we were all socially distancing, masking, the whole deal. Doing our due diligence. And U&U has a nice big front parking lot, so they were able to do a pop-up with some local dyers in the parking lot. I keep looking into the bag over here, not just randomly looking. And I was able to see some of my fave Connecticut dyers. Lane and Lotus was there. Cup of Tea Yarn was there, who I collaborated with on the One Skein Wonder Cowl in DK, the purple one. Sassy Black Yarns was there. I used her yarn in the test knit for Tiffany Lynn. I just said her last name really weird, Tiffany Lynn. Beachcomb. So you've seen that and a couple other Sassy Black Yarn things. I was doing some samples for her as well, so you've seen her yarn. And then Silver Key Stitches. I haven't actually made it yet, but I have her yarn that is going into a knit sweater when I have the mental capacity for a knit sweater. But yeah, just kidding. I have used her yarn. It was in the Serenity and Shiloh shawl. Was the brown alpaca yarn was hers. So I've worked with all of these local Connecticut dyers, and I love having that pool of talent to draw from and get inspiration from, to, by, all of that. Ooh, crazy hair. But they were all there doing a little pop-up, and then U&U was my favorite, and it was really sweet. So I got, like I said, that skein from Lane and Lotus. And I also grabbed, sorry, it's paper bag, it's a little crunchy. I grabbed from Cup of Tea Yarns, who is a natural dyer. I got this colorway Pine Cone, which my one, not complete, but one, I wish that she didn't name her naturally dyed bases, things that weren't natural things that weren't dyed with, if that makes any sense. No pine cones were used in the making of this yarn. And the color I used for the One Skein Wonder Cowl was called Eggplant. No eggplant was used in the making of the yarn. That just confuses me. And I wish she'd put it on the labels too, because she doesn't say what they're dyed with, and I think that's so fascinating. The process of natural dyeing. And I don't know if that's just to protect her secrets, but she usually posts about it, so I don't know. But Erin makes amazing yarn. And this is probably my new favorite base. I haven't even worked with it yet, and I'm just obsessed. It's so squishy. This is a 85-15 merino nylon, which I have never worked with before. It is, now that I'm looking at it, I thought it was fingering weight, but it's 393 yards, which would make it more of a sport weight maybe, right? It's a little denser. Yeah. It's high twist sock, but I feel like it's definitely got extra squish to it, and I feel like it would be more of a sport because fingering is usually 400 something yards. And DK is 200 something. So I think you're sport weight. So I grabbed this. This is the colorway Pine Cone. It is dyed with Black Eyed Susans. She posted a picture recently of the process. It's a really pretty greeny brown. It's funny because when I dyed with Black Eyed Susans, I got like olivey, I called it Airman's Laundry because it looked like Air Force green to me. My husband was in the Air Force. I did a lot of Airman's Laundry. And then I got, this is the colorway Deep Sea. I have no idea. I'm assuming this involves indigo somehow because it's blue. Deep Sea, a mini. I don't know if they're going to go together. That makes my face look really funny. I don't know if I'm going to use them together, but I really, really like this base so much. I kind of want to compile a collection of minis. I have like 2 minis right now. I know some people have all of the minis. There's like a mini shortage because everyone's making advents at the moment. Really like these. Got the Linen Lotus skein, and then I also got from You and You. Think Cotrinkles makes custom stuff for the shop, and I got a Kitchener Stitch keychain because I have to look up the Kitchener Stitch just about every time. So that's what I got from local yarn store day. Put those on my shelf when I'm done because it's been sitting in bags for weeks. Chronological order. What else did I get here? Should I do the yarn? I might as well do the yarn parts and then talk to you about the rest. This is not small or local or anything else, but I went to the Hoblob recently. Haven't been in a while. Because my daughter's birthday is coming up in a couple months, and I needed to get some stuff to make her some birthday makes. So my nearly 2-year-old is obsessed with owls. I didn't know that you could be this obsessed with things before 2 years old, but for reasons no one knows, she loves owls with all of her heart. Cartoon owls, real owls, book owls, toy owls. The owls that live in our woods and make noise. Owls on YouTube. All of the owls. All of the varieties. She's just passionate about owls. So I want to make her a amigurumi owl. She has so many owl toys, but none that I have made. So I got... those kind of look different next to each other. How's the same? Got some of this For the Moment business. I am not usually a fan of fur yarns at all. I find them bizarre. But I had made her a cowl left over from another project last year and a little amigurumi bear that I just whipped up, no pattern. I want to make a fluffy owl. So I'm going for roughly... It's not going to be any particular type of owl. I'm a little bit enthused about birds of prey myself, and this is not going to be an anatomically correct, biologically correct, is that right? Owl. Some sort of barn owl, barred owl. White body, probably brownish grayish wings. This is the For the Moment yarn from Yarn Bee at Hobby Lobby in the color mink in the color silver. So there's going to be a fluffy poofy owl coming soon. Not sure how big I'll be able to make it with this furry yardage. This is such a pain to work with because you cannot see where you're stitching, but it's kind of forgiving. If you're making amigurumi, it'll be okay. I thought about writing a pattern for the bear when I made it last year, and I was like, I don't even know how many stitches are in there, so never mind. So we're making an owl for my daughter's birthday. Stay tuned. It'll be cute and fluffy. And then speaking of owls, for my daughter's birthday, what happened to the part in my hair? Like, it was there. Oh, okay. I'm going to be making that sweater. Insert name. It is, I don't know how to say the sweater name or the designer's name. It is a sweater that I originally believe originally is written in Norwegian. So I have no idea about pronunciation, and I am sorry. If somebody knows, let me know. But the sweater on Ravelry is called such and such a name by such and such a person. What side of the screen? I feel like it's over there, and I'm motioning to the wrong side. Sweater. That's called something on Ravelry / owl sweater. So I don't know if that word translates to owl sweater or if it means something entirely different. But it is an owl sweater. It is a pullover. I think it's a yoke. It's a colorwork yoke. The pattern's originally in Norwegian, but she has an English version. Looked at it. I think I can do it. I've only done one colorwork knit sweater by More Thunder, who speaks English and only English to my knowledge. So that was good for me. I feel like those Scandinavian-ish knitters have a little more knit knowledge, and sometimes some of the patterns expect you to know more things. So I hope I can get through it. If not, I might fake my way through it and make it happen. But I thought about sticking it and making it into a cardigan, and then I was like, nope, let's not make this more complicated. Let's just make the sweater in the pattern. I believe it is worsted, DK, fingering? I don't even remember. I feel like I bought yarn and I'm doing some sort of hack. I think it's a fingering weight and I'm doing it in a DK. I don't know. I don't remember. Bought it a couple weeks ago. And basically I stopped at Hobby Lobby because I was thinking maybe I'd order stuff from Knit Picks. But I happened to be in and around Hobby Lobby. So I got, says there must be merino yarn in the color gold. It is a 50% merino wool, 25% acrylic, 25% nylon, which I feel like is a suitable base for children's wear. It's pretty squishy, not bad. It is $5.99 a skein and 227 yards per ball. It's a DK weight. So the main body of the sweater is going to be in this gold color. Wasn't sure how many I needed because, again, I'm doing something hacky with the yarn and I don't remember what it is, but I think I'm making it fingering weight to DK. Or worsted DK. I don't remember. I will link the pattern and all of the things I didn't say are linked down below in the show notes, which are now on my blog. So that's going to be the main body of the sweater. The owls are going to be in this maroon color. And I'm kind of doing funny things with the colors as well. I think it only called, I don't know, I did somewhere. You'll see. I'll talk about it when I actually get it started. The eyeballs of the owls will be this color. The beaks are going to be in the yellow as well because it'll be surrounded by those colors. And then there's like a little leafy garland thing that I think is in two-tone green. I might do it. They only had one green I liked, so I got this green, which is the color olive. This maroon is burgundy, and this white is white. Great names, Hoblab. And then if I decide to do the two-tone leaves, I might throw in, that kind of looks crazy together. This is the leftover from the flax, which is straight acrylic, but it'll be okay, I think. So these colors, maybe. Owl sweater! So I'm hoping to make that for her. I'm not sure. I might just hold it up to the flax and make it slightly bigger. So I want it to be a surprise for her. So I don't know if I work on it at night, I won't be able to try it on her. And I don't know if she has the knitting prowess to look at a yoke of owls and be like, oh, owl sweater. She's pretty astute. I want it to be a surprise. She remembers everything. She's not like a shuffle it away and forget kind of kid. She remembers things that happened like 8 months ago when she was like 14 months old. Really good memory. So I want the owl sweater to be a surprise. Stay tuned on whether or not I can make a Norwegian owl sweater. So the next thing that I acquired is sort of knitting, crocheting, fiber arting related. I had already shown you, I show it all the time because I use it literally all of the time, but this bowl, yarn bowl, is by Cole Mama Creations. I'm not going to show you the tags, it's buried under all this pullover. But Nicole is a Connecticut artisan. She is also a knitter and a spinner, but she makes these rope bowls, baskets, coasters, backpacks. I have a backpack over there. Beautiful rope cord. It's cotton rope cord. I'm not really sure what it is. Some of them she uses hemp. Just really, really gorgeous. Oof, my hair is ridiculous. Really, really beautiful. Does a lot of custom orders. Dyes all the colors herself. Is incredible. Gathers driftwood and makes buttons out of it. Nicole is an artist. So I had contacted her because I needed a, I've been doing some decluttering and reorganizing, and I needed a like entryway basket. We have our front door, and then off to the side is a like long, it's like a sofa table almost, that would normally go behind a sofa. But it's like our entryway table, and it has like our Google Home on it, a lamp, and then usually some kind of basket that contains our keys and our sunglasses and our chapstick and all of the things. So we had it in this like chest thing before that was broken and sad, and we needed an update. So I contacted Nicole, and I'd drawn a picture for her, and I was like, can you make this happen? And I wanted a either hemp or brown bottom basket, kind of a fat circle oval shaped. Drew it out with some measurements and told her what sizes I needed. With a gray top, and then some of the designs that she does, she wraps yarn around into the rope. I'm going to show you in a second, you'll understand. And she uses, I think, mostly Malabrigo Rasta. I know that's what she used in this one. And then I wanted a stick driftwood, found wood handle. So she very kindly obliged and made me exactly what I was looking for. So this is our, I took all the stuff out of it, but this is our entryway basket. Your tag is here. Cole Mama, ooh, no. Cole Mama Creations. I will make sure she is linked as well. But the bottom, she did in rope cord. I had originally thought about doing it in flax, not flax, hemp, I think is what she uses. Maybe it's flax. Some sort of twiny looking ropey thing. But we decided this was a better option. And then the gray, she dyes both of these. And then all of the yarn bits are Malabrigo. And I was just so excited about that because I know a lot of people order the rainbowy yarny bit baskets and probably aren't fiber artists, but the fact that I am, and I asked her like, hey, what yarn is that? And she was like, oh, it's Malabrigo. I was like, oh, I know that. I was like, oh yeah, that's what I thought. And so that was just really cool. And the lid is really beautiful. My favorite part is obviously the yellow. I kind of almost wanted just gray and yellow, but I'm really glad we went with the rainbow colors. And then she just like finds sticks and driftwood and makes these amazing handles. So the lid doesn't like fit on top, like it doesn't attach or anything. It's just sitting on there. So I could just use the basket, but then I can hide all of our ugly things away in our entryway, and it just sits there and looks lovely. Looks huge next to me, but it's not that big. And I love it. And I wanted to just recommend her to you because she does make yarn bowls and backpacks, which could be used as project bags or purses. And you know I love me some Connecticut locals, and she is just one of my faves. So go check out Nicole. I am surrounded by things here. All right, one more local thing and then one more totally random thing that I want to talk about. Local thing. We all know I've professed over and over my love of Block 21 prints. This is so flattering when I do this. This is her shirt. I've talked about her stickers and her shirts and all of her things before, but she is a lino cut artist. Her tag is in here somewhere. Sarah May of Block 21 Prints. She carves linoleum, makes stamps it onto shirts and cloth things. And then she also gets those stamps converted and digitally, or she scans them, colors them in digitally, and makes them into stickers. So this is her business card. She is probably my favorite maker. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I love Sarah. She lives about 40 minutes or so away from me, but she was doing a pop-up in her yard just because all of our events have been canceled. And usually Sarah and I, just by happenstance, ended up right next to each other at events like last year. And now my battery is saying it's going to run out. That's not good. Plug this in a second. But yeah, she was doing a pop-up in her yard, and obviously I had to go. So I packed up my kid, and we took a little drive and went to see Sarah. I'm plugging my phone. I'll show you in a second. Okay, gave the phone a little charge. We're going to make it through the end now. So Sarah's pop-up. Her yard, she set up a tent. Super cute, super sweet. And it was like a private invite-only type event, so she wasn't like out of control in numbers or anything, and it was just lovely. So great job on the ingenuity there, Sarah, making it happen. But I got bunches of things. I'm only going to show you some of them because some of them are gifts for people who may or may not watch this podcast. So, what I did get is a bazillion stickers. I think I've shown my laptop. It's over there. I'm not going to go get it before, but it basically is covered in Sarah stickers, and I needed some more to finish covering it and then cover every other surface in my life in Sarah stickers. So I wanted to make sure I got this, which she designed after she did this shirt, and I have the sticker for that already. But it's, you can make it, and it's a bunch of mega lady bosses. It's lovely there, ladies. They have painted fingernails, but you know. Holding a paintbrush and pencils and knitting needles. There's no crocheting, but I still love you, Sarah. It's okay. Yeah, some capable maker ladies. Maker mama boss ladies. And I love that. I got one for myself, and then I did get one that's going to go into the giveaway pile. Sarah has gifted me tons of stickers for giveaways, but adding that one on my own. And then I also got Be Your Own Kind of Brave, which I really like. I like the poofy, globy flowers. She puts like birds and stars on everything. Portlandia, where they're like, put a bird on it. Anybody watch that? I love Portlandia. Yeah, she like puts a bird on it. Then I got a red-tailed hawk. I've already said I really like birds of prey. My fingernails are a little gross, guys. I'm sorry. Don't look at them. I've been showing you my gross fingernails this whole time. Ugh. Who even knows what's in there? I'm sorry. I'm a gross lady. Birds and stars. Red-tailed hawk. We have a ton that live by our house. Hear them all the time. It's awesome. Love heels. Some pretty flowers. And then I think it's pronounced wabi-sabi, but I could be wrong. It's like the beauty of imperfection and impermanence. It's a Japanese art form, I guess. Jenny Fields on Instagram, who's a Connecticut spinner of fiber artists, had notified me of this concept when I posted, I forget, some design, and I was like, I love this, but I made this mistake here, don't look at it. And she was like, oh, wabi-sabi. And I was like, what? But it's basically appreciating the imperfection in things, which goes for humans as well as handmade objects. So I really like that. This one's a little bit bigger as far as stickers go, but I think I can make it fit on my laptop. If not, we'll find it at home. So those are the stickers I got. I also got, you can't see it, but I have one that's up there. A penguin Christmas ornament. She just does them on little wood rounds. She has all sorts of cute things. Got a logo on the back, her brand name. Doesn't smell as woody as I wanted it to. But this is going to be a Christmas gift for my mother-in-law. My husband is obsessed with penguins, so I thought she'd like a cute little, I don't know if obsessed. Penguins are my husband's favorite animal. Not obsessed on the level of I'm going to make him a penguin yoke sweater or anything yet. But yeah, I thought she'd like this for her Christmas tree. And then I also got, I'm not going to unwrap it because it's so prettily packaged. Beautifully packaged. But it's this print on a tea towel. Which I am thinking, I'm not a sewist, but I think, I've sewn pillows before. I'm thinking I'm going to make a throw pillow for my daughter when she has a big girl bed. We call her Rue on here. That's not actually her name, in case anybody was like, why did this woman name her child Rue? That's what we call her on the internet. Or Squidgen. We call her Squidgen frequently is her nickname. But we don't use her actual name on the internet, but part of her name means brave. So I really like this brave print. I am hiding my fingernails from you. So sorry, I've been holding up ugly fingernails this whole time. So I'm planning on making a pillow for her probably Christmas. I don't think we're having the bed by her birthday, but we'll see. We're getting there. And then I also got a Be a Nice Human t-shirt for her. Am I showing you? I can't even tell. Yes. Be a Nice Human. It's got a little spaceman. And then she's got her logo on the back with the bird and a star. Little t-shirt. Super cute. She doesn't do a lot of kid-size things. I just don't know if they don't sell as well or if she just ends up with extra inventory or people want customs or what. I know she will make them upon request, but she doesn't tend to have as many in stock. But she has lots of adult, mostly women's sizes, hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, tank tops. At one point she had sweatpants, hats, tea towels, Christmas ornaments now, stickers, all the things. Go check out Block 21 Prints because I love her. The only other thing I want to show you, bear with me here, people. I've got oils. Before you're like, oh no, multi-level marketing, essential oils, ew, get back. It's a swindle. I feel ya. But these are actually from a company that's new to me. So I haven't used them a ton yet. But I am a big fan of the essential oil thing. And I am an even bigger fan of a non-multi-level marketing, non-pyramid scheme. If anyone is offended by that, I am sorry, but pyramid scheme. Yes. So I do not support such ventures typically. Especially the essential oil ones. doTERRA and Young Living have some majorly sketchy stuff going on ethically and production-wise and whatnot. You can go look it up if you don't already know. But this is actually a new to me brand recommended again by Emily, the bestest fiberist friend. Eden's Garden. It is a woman-owned, started by a woman, branched into a larger business now, essential oils company. So it is not at all, I am not selling these to you. I am making no money off of this. She is not sponsoring me. She has no idea who I am. She doesn't care. But I just wanted to show you in case you were looking for a reputable essential oil brand that wasn't a sketchy scheme. So I picked up I ordered on the internet, They have lots of sizes, a bazillion different oils, lots of blends, lots of specifically for children, because the thing that's a complaint about the multi-level marketing is they make it seem like you can just slap all the oils on all your children and they'll be fine. Not true. Very important that you make sure they're child safe, pet safe, all of the safe. So oils can get a little sketchy like that. A lot of blends, a lot of body care stuff. So this is a new to me company that I am checking out, but I wanted to share with you because I am really delighted in the fact that they are ethically made and sourced and run, and I'll make sure I'll link them down below in their About Me page, but basically they're all vegan and ethical and pure oils that meet, I don't remember what the abbreviation standards are, but there's certain standards of like pure oils. Because a lot of times the ones you're buying at like CVS are not. But yeah, so I picked up a couple. I'm just going to show you the ones I got really quick, and I'm going to sniff them because they're delightful. You can't smell them, but I love them. So this is a Rose Bergamot body oil. So it's in a carrier oil of something. What are you in? Vitamin E oil. And coconut oil. And safflower oil, maybe? It's got camellia seed. Is that chamomile? Apricot kernel, coconut oil, vitamin E, and rose bergamot essential oil blend. It's really lovely. So I'm going to use this kind of in lieu of perfume because I don't do anything fragranced. Because that'd be crunchy like that. And then I also got cleaning, which is probably my favorite, I think, of all of them. This is lavender, which, you know, is a win. Spanish rosemary and tea tree. I don't know why I'm sniffing because you can't see them, but yeah, cleaning. But it's a cleansing for a minute. Cleaning, which I'm going to make some household cleaner with, and also might just rub all over my body, properly diluted and such, because it smells amazing. And then I got Fighting 5, which is tiny font, approaching 30, getting old. Lemon, cinnamon leaf, rosemary, clove, eucalyptus. So this is a blend, obviously. Another kind of immune system booster. Eucalyptus is one you have to be careful with children. Don't put this on your babies. And like I said, they have very specific child-safe ones. I think these are all, yes, these 3 are all child-safe. They have a little child, it says 2+. For kids, 2+, which my daughter will be 2+ shortly. So I got a Sound Sleep blend, which is lavender, sweet marjoram, grapefruit, Damian? I'm not even sure what that is. Cistus, not sure what that is. And some things are in here for sleeping. This one kind of has a funky, I don't know how I feel about this. Lavender mixed with some other sweet smelling. Maybe it's the sweet marjoram. We've in the past diffused lavender for sleeping purposes, but I'm interested to see if this makes any difference. Properly diluted and diffused and yada yada. Pollen buster, because all 3 of us have some serious spring allergies. I don't know if our fall allergies are necessarily pollen because all of the pollen has died. This one smells interesting. Fir needle, lavender, rosalina, which says it's melaleuca, which makes it related to tea tree, geranium, blue tansy, and Moroccan rose. I like this one. So again, this is a good one to diffuse, I guess. I'm going to have to read more on how to use the pollen bustery one. And then Germ Ease, which is like 17.5 bajillion things. Did I already show you this one? No. This one smells heavily of frankincense, which I don't mind. So those are the ones I got. And yeah, I like them. And they are reputable. They are reasonably priced. They had free shipping. I don't remember if it was for just over $50, but I got free shipping and a couple different oils I wanted to try. I think all of this together was like $56, which for oils is not bad. So I just wanted to share those with you. I promise I'm not going to start selling oils to you all of the time. I'm not selling these at all. Just wanted to show you something that I am liking. And if I find that I really like one or come up with a recipe or a mixture that I really like or something, maybe I'll share that. But I promise, this isn't going to be an oil podcast. That, however, is all of the content for the podcast. Thank you for being here for episode 19. Thank you for coming back if you're returning, like I said, and thank you for sticking with me to the end if you're still here. I will be back hopefully in 2 weeks with another episode back on the regular schedule, I think. I'm going to try to be, hopefully I will have a finished pullover to show you, at least on my body, not finished ready for your body, but my sample will hopefully be done. And yeah, stay tuned, and I will see you guys then, I guess. Everything you need to know that I mentioned in this podcast is down below in the show notes, so go check out all those awesome makers and yarn dyers and things that I'm loving right now. And I will talk to you guys soon. Until I see you next time, happy making, my friends. Bye!